Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we bring you the latest news, information and analysis on what's really going on in the world of the BRICS. Now, today I want to talk about companies leaving Russia and how they're complaining about the process and the fact it's not easy to just abandon your business, walk away and take all the money you've made in Russia. Now, there's a saying in Russia that Russia is a generous soul. It's a mother to good people and a mother-in-law to bad people. And I can pretty much attest to that. Now, at national level, I can verify that the Russians have had a long practice of welcoming anybody who wants to come and open a business, work hard, create jobs and pay taxes. Now, during the 1990s and the early 2000s, almost every major global brand beat a path to Russia, and many had great success in the Russian market. Some of them actually had turnover and profits exceeding their home markets in other parts of the world where they'd done business. Now, with the advent of the special military operation in 2022, many companies and brands that had been operating in Russia for many years decided that they had to go. For some, this was voluntary, some out of political conviction, others forced out under duress because it appears that politicians in Washington, Brussels and London are not afraid to try and strangle disobedient free thinkers. Now, some companies left for real. Many made noises about leaving, and others have tenaciously been marking time on the threshold, secretly counting their major gains in money. Now, together, another major company has decided to curtail its activities in Russia, and that's Finland's Metsä Group. Now, it was announced by the new owners of the Vologda timber industry group that they've acquired 4 Finnish subsidiaries of the Leningrad region, the Metsä SBR&x, Metsä Forest St. Petersburg and Metsä Board Plus. Now, buying of these assets is a good sign because Vologda have already announced that they're ready to hire all the old employees and reopen the mills which the Finns closed down in 2022. Now, neither the amount or the terms of the transaction are disclosed, but knowing the reality of the exits of most of the other companies and consider that Metsä had been looking for a buyer for more than 2 years, it can be assumed that the Finns either sold their Russian subsidiaries at a rather hefty loss or kept a loophole for a quiet return when the heat's died down. I mean, this is exactly what many cross-border businesses have had to do in the past, and it's called a so-called buyback clause that allows them to come back in the future when the sort of situation's died down. Now, it's worth mentioning here that we're not talking about the closing down of a hot dog stand. I mean, the Metsä Group has been in existence for about 80 years and employs more than 9,000 people in its sawmills and plants, which is of course not comparable with the number of employees in like a steel mill or an aluminium plant. But in the condition of modern work automation, it's still quite a large number. Now, the company itself produces quite a wide range of products on the Russian market, including toilet and kitchen rolls, paper towels, paper and cellulose products, sawn timber, plywood, geotextiles and many other products. According to their latest financial statements, it showed the company had a turnover over 6 billion euros, so it's not a sort of small operation. Yeah. When the special military operation began, Metsä, being Finnish, closed their mill and the purchase of wood for the company's mills actually over in their home Sweden and Finland was stopped. Now let's look at the list of companies that have left the hospitable shores of Russia, along with Metsä. And it's quite large, but you'll be surprised at how many are still in Russia, despite the best efforts of the Western power centres at intimidating them. What amuses me is the figures of the financial losses that are regularly updated and of those who left and are feeling the pain. Meanwhile, the profits of those who've stayed are also leaked in the press, which is particularly annoying to those who've left. Now let's have a look at some of the losses. At the end of 2023, where the reporting period was, the largest losses due to the cessation of business activities in Russia were reported. Now, the Dutch telecommunications giant VEON, they lost 4 billion. The French car manufacturer Renault lost 2.5 billion. The restaurant chain McDonald's and the Swiss oil trader Glencore both lost 1.2 billion each. The Italian oil company Enel, German machinery companies, Siemens, tobacco company BAT, and the Japanese car maker Nissan, all lost between 700 and 800 billion each. Now, the oil company Shell and the oil services company Baker Hughes lost just under $500 million. But for Shell, that's not close to the write-downs of its oil projects, which they actually haven't disclosed. Now, some of the other companies that have left make it quite interesting. And they've already been replaced, most of them. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Hapag-Lloyd, FedEx, UPS, DHL, Google Pay, Mask, Apple Pay, Shipco, Orient Express, Binance, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Western Union. And they've all lost hundreds of millions, and some cases almost $1 billion. Now, the list is long, but it's not comprehensive. So those who are interested, you can actually find out for themselves by just looking it up on the search engines. Now, the lion's share of the companies who I listed there sold their well-functioning business behind closed doors, and neither the terms have been disclosed or the amounts now. However, behind the scenes, there's always rumours, as everybody knows, and most of the companies that have sold their shares and pulled out and transferred the physical production company at prices far below their market value. I mean, some of the wiser and more flexible companies have sold their shares to either their own subsidiaries or to third parties that they trust, with obligatory clauses that they can buy them back at the same price within a certain period of time, usually between 5 to 7 years. But hang on, let me slow down and explain a bit. Over the last couple of years, a lot of Russian assets in the West have been confiscated, and I mean private assets, things like Gazprom's German assets. And Russian companies are being squeezed out of the European Union and the West in general, and it's being done openly and illegally. So Russia's just playing that, so the West understands this is a game that two can play. Russia's just ensuring that every company that decides to leave Russia does so in a similar way that they arrived, and they can't simply walk away having benefited from the business environment over the years. So there's numerous hoops to jump through, hurdles to jump over before they can leave, and they won't be leaving with the full market value of in their wallet. I mean, Russia's authorities are sticking to their guns. Those who want to leave are going to take a serious hit when it comes to selling their profitable factories, plants, etc., all under the duress and forced by Washington, Brussels, London. Right? Now, at the same time, Russia and Moscow are demanding that all their taxes and all their obligations and all the things that they were given and benefits that be paid before they hand over the mooring routes for them to sail away. And that's also a significant expense considering they've all curtailed their activities now. As a result, many of the listed companies have tried to sell their assets for over the last 1 to 2 years, and they've pushed big and bargained for better terms now. In the 90s, in Russia, this was called letting the customer mature. I mean, some have accepted the new reality, others are risky, but the result's still the same. I mean, anybody who came into business and made a profit is now looking to lose a fair bit of that profit. They can just walk away. As the Russians say, okay, gentlemen, it's just business, nothing personal. Well, you work with us, the laws of business hospitality apply to you, and as soon as you decide to be unfriendly, then please take a haircut and a shave. Anyway, add a spoonful of sugar to the vinegar. Those who left are sorely counting their losses, and those who stayed are counting their multiple increases in turnover and profits. I mean, according to the Financial Times, the Austrian Raiffeisen Bank, who I made a video about yesterday, has made more money than its other operations put together outside. I mean, the French supermarket company, hypermarket company, which was recently in the Tucker Carlson documentary, is making record profits, and their DIY chain, Leroy Merlin, have stated that they're making no intention of leaving, and there's many others that are staying that are far too numerous to mention. But the information is readily available on the search engines. I mean, one of the reasons that they're all so many others are actually staying is they're making so much money. And why should they kill the golden goose if they don't need to? Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for please like and subscribe. Do look at the website. We've got plenty of things going on and on the website with the latest news, information and analysis about what's really going on in the BRICS all the time. I update the stories, 15, 20, 30 times a day, so do that. On the video, please like and subscribe, and also share. Try and get my information out there to those who you think might benefit from seeing a different perspective. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you.